Hello YouTube, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Joseph and thank you again for tuning in to the Popsicle Night channel. Please hit that like and subscribe to my channel, it would really help me out. In today's video, we will be featuring how to win online tournaments using the GROUDON theme deck. And today we'll be going against the Rillaboom theme deck. Normally, the Rillaboom theme deck is at an advantage here because many of the Pokemon on our deck is weak against grass type. However, the Rillaboom theme deck has plenty of weaker Pokemon that can be one-hit KO'd. Even their Snorlax is weak against the fighting type, so no worries there. The only real threat is the Rillaboom second evolution. Drumroll attack has a 90 base damage and it will do 10 damage to each of the opponent's benched Pokemon. And then also the second attack of Rillaboom's second evolution, Drum Beating, does 180 base damage. So basically all of the Pokemon that it encounters, it can possibly get KO'd in one hit. The downside is that the Rillaboom cannot use its attack in its next turn, so we will use that to our advantage. The other two Pokemon that could pose a threat is the Maractus and the Whimsicott. The Maractus has powerful needles as its attack, and depending on how many energy is attached on it, flip a coin and it can deal 60 damage times the number of heads. And if you calculate that with weakness, if our opponent gets plenty of heads on the toss, our Pokemon will probably not survive the hit. Also, the Whimsicott has an attack called Cotton Ride, which shuffles the opponent's active Pokemon into the deck. But again, this also depends on a coin toss. And since some of our Pokemon is weak against grass, it also has a second attack that does 50 base damage, but if our Pokemon is weak against grass, it will do 100, so that we gotta watch out for these other two. But these two depends much on chance, some of its attacks, so we will just have to adjust based on our opponent's coin toss. Now the Rillaboom theme deck is good, however I would not recommend it on the online tournaments because there are a few fire theme decks that is being used often, especially the Relentless Flame Charizard theme deck, which is one of the best ones to use in these online tournaments as well. So today, let's see how GROUDON theme deck fares against Rillaboom theme deck and how you can win online facing this opponent. Okay, so as our basic Pokemon, we have Throh as our first basic that we'll be using. No energy in our hand, and our opponent has the first turn. So they have Cottony to start off, and they're active. They'll use a Great Ball, search out a Pokemon and the top 7 of their deck, and they will get an Eldegoss, but they cannot evolve their Pokemon at this time. So we do get a Groudon, and we will use Cynthia to get new hand. We basically wanna be able to attack as soon as possible, so we needed an energy, and we got one at least, and we'll just throw that in. We will just put that on Throw, and we will pass. Our opponent will use Hop. That gives them 3 more cards in their hand, and they do evolve into Whimsicott. Again, Whimsicott has 2 attack that only requires 1 energy, Cotton Ride, and then the other one is Leaf Step. Fortunately, Throh is not weak against grass, so the most damage that they can do is 50. So that's what they do. And Mew actually is very essential, or is very important in facing off the Rillaboom theme deck with the Groudon, because as we know, Rillaboom has an attack called Drum Roll that can also do 10 damage to each of the opponent's bench Pokemon. So with Mew, it negates that, and so Rillaboom, if it does attack, will only do 90 damage to our active. So that increases our survivability, and so Mew is very important to be in your bench for when fighting against the Rillaboom team deck. So we're just gonna go ahead and since there is no real threat at this time, we're just gonna put Mew in the active because we can easily retreat Mew with 1 retreat energy cost. We just wanted to get Throh in the bench with the damage so that the other Throh that we put on the bench will be able to attack at 120 damage. So our Mew will still be safe, but we will have to retreat Mew because again, Mew is very important in this matchup. We're gonna go ahead and evolve into Gabite so that we can prepare Garchomp later. It is important that we retreat Mew because we need Mew. We really need Mew. We only have 1 copy in this deck, so we're gonna go ahead and put Throh in the active. Now again, Throh, we should be able to survive Whimsicott's attack, but we are at an advantage. We just needs to put 1 energy on Throh and be able to knock out the Whimsicott. Let's go ahead and use Lily so that we can get more cards in our hand. And we're just gonna go ahead and use Reverse Shoulder Throw that will KO their Whimsicott and get our first prize card. So once they evolve that Thwackey into Rillaboom, it will be a threat because it will KO a lot of our Pokemon moving forward, but it is possible to beat Rillaboom. It's a lot harder, especially with the 190 HP. Very tanky Pokemon, Rillaboom. So again, Rillaboom team deck, it's a good deck, but I would not use it for the tournaments because it'll be difficult since the Relentless Flame Charizard deck is used often in these tournaments, and there are actually other fire type team deck that is being used by other players that can easily beat the Rillaboom team deck with its weakness to fire. So we're just gonna go ahead and use Lady and get more energy. With Groudon as our active, there's little chance that Groudon will survive, but what we could do is accelerate energy on some of our bench Pokemon. That way we can hit Rillaboom in 2 moves. So of course we're hoping for a Garchomp because once we're gonna just go ahead and put 2 on the Groudon, so at least we can hit it in its next turn, 130. So we are hoping for a Garchomp evolution here, that because if our opponent gets ahead in prize, our Garchomp's attack will increase by 80. So in any case, that's what we're planning to do. So looking ahead, we can use our Groudon to hit for 130, and that will leave our opponent with 60 HP, and we can finish it off by using Throh, or even since we have an evolution of Palpitoad, we can even finish it off with a Palpitoad. So again, just thinking ahead, in that lineup, we can KO their Rillaboom. So we're just using as many of our resources as we can. So we used the Pokemon Fan Club to get 2 more basic Pokemon. We got a Gibble and also a Timpole, just in case we need those 2-turn attacks to finish off the Rillaboom. Again, Rillaboom is the only one that is the only Pokemon in the Rillaboom theme deck that is very tanky, and so we have to prepare for that just in case. So we hit it for 130. They do evolve their other Grookey into Thwackey, so they are preparing for another evolution of Rillaboom, and they do heal with a potion, and so we will need to hit Rillaboom for 90 HP. So that puts Palpitoad's option as not an option, and so we will have to use Throh to finish off to KO the Rillaboom in our opponent's active. So we're gonna use Tate and Lisa just to increase our chance. Maybe we can get a Garchomp. Okay, so that's good. We have a Pokemon communication, so we can easily get a Garchomp evolution. And even if we don't have that, the Seismitoad will help, so that we can get the last evolution for Garchomp. But we'll just use communication, Pokemon communication, to evolve it, so that it'll be ready to attack for a good amount of damage, since our opponent is ahead in price. So with the Garchomp's attack, the Overslice, it does 80 base damage, but we will do 40 more damage if we discard an energy, so that's 120. But with 80 more damage, with our opponent being ahead in price card, we can technically do 200 damage in one hit. So we're not worried about another Rillaboom. We will just use Garchomp. So they didn't have, fortunately for us, they didn't have another evolution for Rillaboom. And since their Thwackey only has 100 HP, we can use Throh to finish it off. So again, we take advantage of the Pokemon that we do have that is not weak against grass. Throh is a good candidate for this one, and so we can easily KO a lot of their Pokemon. And the thing about the Rillaboom theme deck, it doesn't have any other support cards or anything that can bring back any of their Pokemon back into their hands. So once we finish off their Rillabooms, we basically are smooth sailing from there. Now with their Maractus, they do require at least 2 energy to use that the move. Powerful needles, but it was enough for its first attack with just 1 energy to finish off our Throh. So we're just gonna put our Garchomp in the active. We could easily KO this Maractus, even without discarding any energy, because again our attack is increased because our opponent is ahead in price. Now our price cards are even, but again this puts us at an advantage because their Snorlax is actually weak against fighting types, so we could easily KO this one with just the normal Overslice attack of Garchomp. So again, that is basically the strategy I use using the Groudon theme deck against the Rillaboom. Just take advantage of using your Pokemon that is not weak against grass, and also getting your other Pokemon ready so that they can do a huge amount of damage to the other Pokemon in the Rillaboom theme deck, because a lot of them are pretty weak. You could just do a one-hit KO on a lot of them. So just keep that in mind. There is a way to win against there is a way that you can win with Rillaboom, basically by not doing any damage on any of the Pokemon on the Groudon deck, so that Throh's attack will not be increased to 120. So if you are using a Rillaboom against the Groudon, that's what you could do. However, there are ways around that. So while Rillaboom has the upper hand because a lot of our Pokemon in the Groudon deck is weak against grass, but still, it's rarely that I lose to a Rillaboom theme deck using the Groudon deck. So again, Mew is also very important, so that if they do have a Rillaboom, they won't be able to damage any of our bench Pokemon. So this is pretty much over. Our Garchomp, we are ahead one prize card. We only need one. We just need to hit with Overslice and KO that Eldegoss, and that will win us the game. Again, that's pretty much it. That's how you win with the Groudon theme deck against the Rillaboom theme deck. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video helps out. Please, again, don't forget to hit that like button, and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a great day.